Dice así.
And it says,
Y Moisés apacentaba el rebaño de Jetro, su suegro sacerdote de Madián, y condujo el rebaño hacia el lado occidental del desierto y llegó a Oreb en el monte de Dios. Léeme ese verso.
Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Oreb, the mountain of God.
¿Estaba trabajando, estaba durmiendo?
Was he working or was he sleeping?
Si tú no haces nada, Dios no te va a buscar.
If you don't do anything, God is not going to seek for you.
Haz algo.
Do something.
Y se le apareció el ángel del Señor en una llama de fuego en medio de una zarza, y Moisés miró y he aquí la zarza ardía en fuego y la zarza no se consumía. Entonces dijo Moisés, me acercaré ahora a ver esta maravilla, porque la zarza no se quema.
There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up.
Cuando el Señor vio que él se acercaba para mirar, Dios lo llamó en medio de la zarza y dijo, Moisés, Moisés. Y Moisés respondió, heme aquí. Entonces él dijo, no te acerques aquí. Quita las sandalias de tus pies, porque el lugar donde estás parado es tierra santa.
When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, here I am. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground.
Y añadió, yo soy el Dios de tu padre, el Dios de Abraham, el Dios de Isaac y el Dios de Jacob. Entonces Moisés cubrió su rostro porque tenía temor mirar a Dios.
Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. At this, Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God.
Y el Señor dijo, ciertamente he visto la aflicción de mi pueblo que está en Egipto y he escuchado su clamor a causa de sus capataces, pues estoy consciente de sus sufrimientos y he descendido para librarlos de la mano de los egipcios y para sacarlos de aquella tierra, una tierra buena y espaciosa, a una tierra que emana leche y miel, al lugar de los cananeos, de los heteos, de los amoreos, de los fereceos, de los heveos y de los jebuseos. Y ahora, he aquí, el clamor de los hijos de Israel ha llegado hasta mí. Y además he visto la opresión con que los egipcios los oprimen. Ahora pues, ven y te enviaré a Faraón para que saques a mi pueblo, los hijos de Israel, de Egipto.
The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them cry out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of the land into a good, spacious land, a land that flows with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now, go, I am sending you to the Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt.
Gracias, Señor, por tu palabra.
Thank you, Lord, for your word.
Gracias, Señor, porque nos vas a usar con poder y autoridad.
Thank you, Lord, because you're going to use us with power and authority
Para bendecir tu pueblo.
to bless your people
Bendecir tus hijos.
and bless your children.
Amén.
Amen.
Cuando las cosas se ponen duras,
When things get hard,
los duros se ponen en marcha.
the hard ones will start marching.
Ese es el problema.
You see, that's the problem.
Cuando las cosas se ponen duras.
When things get hard,
Oh my God.
my God.
Por eso cuando un hogar tiembla,
That's why when a household is trembling,
uy, la mujer se levanta y dice,
the woman rises up and says,
voy a llorar,
I'm going to cry.
voy a sufrir,
I'm going to suffer.
me va a doler,
It's going to be painful.
me van a criticar,
They're going to criticize me.
se van a reír.
They're going to laugh.
Pero diablo,
But devil,
de aquí te saco yo.
I'm going to take you out of here.
Mira, mira a alguien y dile, cuando las cosas se ponen duras,
Look at somebody and say, when things get hard,
los duros se ponen en marcha.
the hard ones will start marching.
Mira, óyeme mira los que te van a apagar la fe.
Listen to those that are going to shut down your faith.
Ten cuidado,
Be careful.
procura,
Make
saberlo
sure.
con calma.
Do it
Porque
calmly.
yo tampoco te estoy mandando a que hagas cosas que no debes.
Because I'm not telling you to do things that you should not
Pero
do.
ciérrale los oídos
But close your
a los que
ears
van a venir a apagarte la
to
fe.
those that are going to come and shut down your faith.
¿Sabes quiénes apagan la fe?
And do you know who shut down your faith?
Pregunta.
Ask me who shuts down your
Los
faith?
flojos.
The weak ones.
Cuando alguien te apaga la fe es porque él no cree.
When somebody shuts down your faith is because they don't believe.
¿Tú te imaginas
Do you imagine
que lo que yo te estoy diciendo
that what I'm saying,
y en aquellos tiempos
and in that time,
que estuviese en vida,
that for me to have been alive,
que esta persona estuviese en vida
for this person to be
y
alive,
tú fueses donde Gigi Ávila a pedirle un consejo de acuerdo a mi oración?
and for you to go to DJ Avila to ask him for advice according to my prayer.
Nene, si no crees,
If you don't believe,
donde mí no venga.
don't come to me.
Entonces, tú tienes que entender
So you need to understand
que cuando tú te encuentras en tu desierto
that when you find yourself in your
es
desert,
porque Dios
it's because
va a
God
hacer algo contigo.
is going to do something with you.
Tus problemas,
Your
tus
problems, your
dificultades.
difficulties.
Cuando Dios,
When God,
mira, Moisés le dijo, envíame a mí para librar al pueblo.
look, did Moses say, send me so that I could deliver the people?
Entonces,
So well then,
te voy a explicar.
I'm going to explain it.
Dios escoge los duros para sacar a otros del desierto.
God chooses the hard ones so that he could take others out of the desert.
¿Tú sabes qué pasa?
You know what happens?
El ser humano
The human beings,
tiene la problemática
they have the
de
problematic
siempre tener una excusa.
of always having an excuse.
A mí Dios no me llamó.
Oh, God didn't call me.
Yo quiero servirle a Dios, pero que no me use en nada.
I want to serve God, but I don't want him to
Pues
use me in
lamentablemente ahí
anything.
te vas a quedar.
Well, sadly, there's where you're going to stay.
Hay alguien clamando.
There's somebody that is pleading out.
Necesitamos una visión.
We need a vision.
Necesitamos una
We need
experiencia.
an experience.
Porque aquí es donde está la diferencia entre la experiencia y la teología.
Because here's where you have the difference between the experience and theology.
La teología es buena.
Theology
El
is good.
conocimiento es bueno.
The knowledge
Pues
is good.
parte lo enseñamos
It's
aquí.
part. We teach it here.
Yo le enseñaba a alguien, hay gente que tiene autoridad pero no tiene poder.
I was teaching somebody, there's people that have authority, but they don't have power.
Y hay gente que tiene poder pero no tiene autoridad.
And there's people that have power, but don't have authority.
La persona con autoridad
A person with
da
authority
instrucciones
will give
y
instructions,
otros la hacen.
and others will do
La
it.
persona con poder
A person with power,
empuja que se hagan las
they will
cosas.
push for things to be done.
Por eso es que hay pastores que tienen poder.
That's why there's pastors that have power,
Porque engañan a la gente
because they deceive the people
con posiciones,
with positions,
con llamados.
with a calling.
Los engañan.
They are
Porque yo no
deceived.
entiendo cómo un pastor puede poner
Because I
y
can't
que
understand
decir que este es pastor cuando la
How
mujer
a
es la que
pastor
manda.
can say this person is a pastor when
Pero
the wife,
entendí por qué.
his wife is the one that rules.
Entendí por qué.
But I understood
Porque
why.
que ese pastor lo ha mandado la mujer toda la vida.
Because that pastor, his wife has ruled over him her whole life.
Eso yo le llamo los charlatanes
And
del
I call that
evangelio.
the charlatans of the gospel.
Que bajan la autoridad.
That they lower the
Y Dios
authority.
te está diciendo a
And
ti,
God is saying to you,
si realmente me quieres servir,
if you truly want to serve me,
te voy a dar una
I'm
experiencia.
going to give you an experience.
Mira, alguien dile, yo voy a tener
Look
una
at somebody and
experiencia.
say, I'm going to have an experience.
Moisés era un hombre de escuela, ¿sí o no?
Moses was an educated man, yes or no?
Aprendió en aquel momento
He
de las
learned
escuelas egipcias
in that moment from the Egyptian schools,
y estaba todavía
and he was still
haciendo cositas en el desierto.
doing things in the desert.
Hay cosas que tú estás haciendo porque Dios dijo, lo voy a dejar un ratito que se entretenga.
There's things that you are doing because God said, I'm going to allow him or her for a
Hay
little bit
veces
to
que
be
Dios te deja
entertained.
que te entretenga.
There's times that God allows you to be entertained.
Mira a alguien y dile,
Look at somebody
mi
and say,
entretenimiento
my entertainment
causó dolor
It caused
y ese
pain,
dolor
and that pain
me acercó a Dios.
approached me more to God.
Ay, 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 ay. Cuando nosotros tenemos la prioridad de entender.
When we have the priority
Mira,
of
se lo voy a
understanding.
decir así para que los que están viendo lo vean.
Look, I'm going to say it like this so those that are watching can see
Todo
it.
el que se está reconciliando,
Everybody that is reconciling,
prepárate.
get prepared.
Tienes a los gusanitos de las moscas
You have the maggots of the flies
ya preparado
that are already
para
prepared
irte a inyectar.
to go and inject you.
Te van a hablar,
They're gonna talk
te van
to
a
you.
desanimar,
They're gonna discourage
te
you.
van a destruir,
They're gonna
te
destroy
van a
you.
corromper,
They're gonna corrupt you.
porque ellos están ya corruptos.
Because they are already corrupted.
Por eso te dicen no hables mucho con Ricky.
That's why they say to you, don't talk to
Ricky
Ricky
es
too
un
much.
fanático.
Ricky is a fanatic.
Yo te voy a decir algo.
Well, I'm gonna tell
Si
you
yo me
something.
encuentro un fanático que está bien,
If I find myself a fanatic that is doing well,
yo le voy a decir,
I'm gonna say,
yo quiero pegarme a ti,
I want to get close to you.
porque aquel es bien espiritual y siempre está mal.
Because that one is very spiritual, but they're always doing bad.
Sí, tú tienes que entender,
You know, you need to understand.
Dios te está buscando a ti.
God is seeking for you.
¿Sabe? A veces tenemos que tener cuidado con esa filosofía
You know,
humana.
sometimes we have to be careful with that human
Yo le hablé
philosophy.
algo de esto ya,
I spoke a little about this already.
pero Dios te está acordando una vez más,
But God is reminding
porque
you
ya
once
mismo te
again.
voy a enseñar algo.
Because I'm going to teach you something very
Hay
soon.
algo en ti que está ardiendo
There's something in you that is
y por
burning.
eso no has podido ser consumido por el pecado.
And that's why you have not been able to be consumed by the sin.
Pablo dijo
Paul said
en Primera de Corintios,
in 1 of Corinthians,
capítulo 2,
chapter
verso
2,
2.
verse 2.
Me propuse más bien, estando entre ustedes, no saber cosa alguna, excepto de Jesucristo y de este crucificado. Es más, me presenté ante ustedes con tanta debilidad que temblaba de miedo. No les hablé ni les prediqué con palabras sabias y elocuentes, sino con demostración del poder del Espíritu, para que la fe de ustedes no dependiera de la sabiduría humana, sino del poder de Dios.
For I resolved to not know nothing while I was with you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. I came to you in weakness with great fear and trembling. My message and my preaching were not with wise and persuasive words, but with a demonstration of the Spirit's power, so that your faith might not rest on human wisdom, but on God's power.
¿Sabe cuál es el problema?
Do you know what the problem is?
Que la gente
That the people
está escuchando
are
una
listening
filosofía humana.
to a human
No
philosophy.
me hables de poder
Don't talk to me about power
si yo no lo veo en ti.
if I don't see it in you.
No me hables de finanzas
Don't talk
si
to
tú
me
no
about
eres un buen
finances
administrador.
if you're not a good administrator.
¿Cómo te voy a dirigir a ti si no sé dirigir mi casa?
How am I going to direct you if I don't know how to direct my own household?
¿Cómo te voy a enseñar a discernir
How am I going to teach you to have discernment
si no puedo discernir?
if I can't have discernment?
Mira, Dios nunca
Look, God
te va a
never
dar algo
is going to give you something
que tú no lo hayas vivido.
that you have not lived.
Me explico.
And I'm going to explain myself.
¿Cómo podemos hablar del pecado?
How can we talk about the sin?
Apaga los abanicos. ¿Cómo podemos hablar del pecado?
How can we talk about the sin?
Escúchame bien.
Listen well.
Si tú nunca has pecado,
If you have never sinned,
¿cómo tú le hablas a alguien que el pecado duele?
how do you speak to somebody that sin is painful
Si tú nunca has pecado.
if you have never sinned?
¿Cómo tú le hablas a alguien
How do you speak to someone?
lo vacío que se siente estar lejos de Dios y nunca ha
How
estado lejos?
empty you feel being separated from the Lord if you've never been separated
Lo que
from
pasa
Him.
es que en la viña de Dios
What happens that in the vineyard
hay
of
un
God,
pueblo que está clamando
there's people that are pleading
y
out,
Dios tiene gente preparada
and God has people
para
prepared
sacarte de ahí.
to take you out of there.
Dile a alguien, Él me va a sacar.
Say to
Dios
somebody,
me va a
who's going to take
sacar.
me out? God is going to take me out.
Hay una promesa.
There's a promise.
El pueblo estaba
The
clamando,
people were pleading out.
pero ¿a quién Dios le había dado la promesa?
But who did God give the promise to?
El pueblo de Israel
The
estaba
people of
clamando.
Israel. They were pleading
Estaban
out to
siendo
God.
oprimidos.
They were being oppressed.
Mire, cuando usted le molesta
Look, when you are
la
bothered
libertad de otro,
by somebody else's
usted
deliverance,
vivirá atado toda la
you
vida.
will live in bondage your whole life.
Tú tienes que alegrarte con la libertad de otro.
You need to get happy with somebody else's deliverance.
Porque la Biblia dice,
Because the Bible
con la
says
vara que tú
that with the rod that you
mides,
measure,
serás medido.
you will be
Si
measured.
te alegras por la victoria de
If
otro,
you get happy because of somebody else's
tú estás
victory,
sembrando victoria.
you are sowing victory.
Dios le había prometido a Abraham la tierra que iba a ser descendencia de él y que toda su gente de ahí iba a crecer. ¿Sí o
God
no?
had promised the land where was going to be his and all his descendants were going to grow up in.
Por
Yes
eso,
or no?
por eso le dijo,
That's why he said,
yo soy el Dios de tu padre,
I am the God of your father,
de Abraham,
of Abraham,
de Isaac
of Isaac,
y de Jacob.
and of Jacob.
Le dijo, tú eres el próximo en lista.
He said, you're the next one in the list.
Tú eres el próximo en lista.
You're the next one in the list.
Lo que pasa es que tú le estás creyendo a los que no lo están viendo.
What happens is that you're believing those that are not seeing it.
Créele a los que están. Tú tienes que hablar con gente que cree lo que está sucediendo.
You have to talk with people that are believing what is happening.
Dice Génesis 15,
And Genesis
el verso 13.
15, verse 13 says,
El Señor le dijo: debes saber que tus descendientes vivirán como extranjeros en tierra extraña, donde serán esclavizados y maltratados durante 400 años. Pero yo castigaré a la nación que los esclavizará, y luego tus descendientes saldrán en libertad y con grandes riquezas.
Then the Lord said to him, now for certain that for 400 years your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, that they will be enslaved and mistreated there. But I will punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterwards they will come out with great possessions.
¿Con qué?
With what?
Sí, desde el Antiguo Testamento,
If from the Old Testament
hasta Apocalipsis,
until Revelation,
Dios habla,
God speaks.
aún para cuando venga Él por la iglesia y llevarlos a un lugar mejor.
Even for when he comes for his church to take us to a better place,
Habla de prosperidad.
he speaks about prosperity.
¿Tú sabes qué es lo que pasa?
Do you know what happens?
Todos entendemos que
And we all
hablarlo al
understand
extremo es peligroso.
that speaking it to an extreme is dangerous.
Sí, hablar de más
Yes.
es peligroso.
Speaking more than what
Todo
we should
demás
is
está
dangerous.
mal.
Everything that is in an excess
Bueno o malo
is
está mal.
bad. Good or bad, it would be
Todo
bad.
tiene un balance.
Because everything has to have a
Pero
balance.
Dios no te puso en la tierra
But God did not place you on earth
para que tú vivieras limitado,
so that you would live with
para que tú
limitations.
vivieras enfermo.
So that you would live sick.
Es tu fe.
It's your faith.
Porque si fuera por pena,
Because if it were by pity,
nadie fuera pobre,
nobody would be poor,
nadie estuviera enfermo,
nobody would be sick.
porque entonces Dios usaría sus emociones
Because then God would use his emotions
para complacer al ser humano.
to please the human beings.
Qué triste
How sad.
que en la soledad no se reúne la gente,
That in the loneliness, the people do not
pero en
reunite.
una muerte aparecen todos.
But in a death, everybody appears.
Yo a veces pienso que la muerte de alguien alegra a los que llegan.
I sometimes think that the death of somebody makes happy those that arrive to them.
No llegas en tu soledad,
You don't arrive in your loneliness,
pero llegas a verme cuando yo no te puedo ver.
but you arrive to see me when I no longer
No
can
me
see
diste
you.
una sonrisa
You
cuando la
didn't give me a
necesitaba.
smile when I needed it.
No me diste un abrazo.
You didn't give me a hug.
No lloraste conmigo.
You didn't cry with me.
Pero ahora lloras, ríes,
But
haces
now you
todo.
cry, you smile, and you do everything
Cuando yo ni siquiera te estoy viendo.
when I'm not even seeing you.
Yo no sé tú.
I don't know about you.
Porque yo no estoy diciendo que tú vas a estar detrás de alguien todos los días.
Because I'm
no.
not saying that you're going to be after somebody every day, every day.
Por lo menos aquí tenemos familiares que están lejos y que hay
But
que llamar. No se
here
puede
we
visitar
have
todo el
families
tiempo.
that are far and you have to call them. You can't visit them all the time.
Pero una llamada,
But a phone call,
una carta,
a letter,
un regalo.
a gift.
¿Por qué esperar una muerte
Why are you going to wait for a death
para reunirnos en un lugar tan hermoso como una funeraria?
to then reunite in such a beautiful place like a funeral home?
¿Por qué?
Why?
Sencillo.
Simple.
No hemos tenido una visión con la vida.
We have not had a vision with life.
Tenemos una certidumbre, pero una seguridad a la vez
We have a certainty, but also an assurance
con la muerte,
with death,
pero no con la vida.
but not with life.
Lo que el pueblo de Israel pasó, Dios se lo había profetizado a Abraham.
What the people of Israel went through, God had already prophesied it to
Mira
Abraham.
qué cosa, le da el mensaje a Abraham:
He gives the message to
tú
Abraham.
serás el padre,
You will be the father,
pero otro será el que le dolerá hacer el trabajo.
but another one will be the one that goes through the pain of doing the work.
Porque Moisés le podía decir: ¿por qué no le soltaste este bombón a
Moses could have said, why didn't you allow
Abraham?
Abraham to do this?
¿Sabes? Cuando tú tienes tu esposo que te da candela,
You know,
o la
when you have your
esposa,
husband that is giving you trouble, or your wife that's
no,
giving
no
you
somos
trouble.
los hombres nada más. Hay
Because
mujeres
it's
que,
not only the men.
hay mujeres que eso es fuego a la
There's
brasa.
women that
Olvídate de eso.
it's fire.
Olvídate de los otros matrimonios.
Forget about the other matrimonies.
Cuando tú quieres pelear por lo tuyo,
When you want to fight for what is yours,
tú te agajas de tus promesas.
you grab onto your promises.
Porque Dios nos dice
Because God says to
para
us
dónde vamos,
where we're going.
pero no nos dice por dónde vamos a pasar.
But He doesn't tell you where we're going to go through.
Pero tu victoria
But your
en
victory
esta tarde,
in
en
this
esta
afternoon,
mañana,
in this
ya
morning,
casi tarde,
almost
va a
afternoon,
ser que tú entiendas
it's going to be if you understand
que Dios te lo prometió.
that God promised it.
Aquella vez cuando aceptaste al Señor, Él te dijo,
You know, that time when you accepted
te voy
the
a
Lord,
usar.
He said, I'm going to use you.
y te volviste a apartar.
But you separated from
Dice,
Him
ya
once
no
again.
sirvo.
And you said, I'm useless.
Esa es la mente humana.
You see, that's the human mind.
Te estoy diciendo,
I'm
escucha
telling
bien.
you, listen.
Aprovecha mis palabras.
Take advantage of my
Te
words.
estoy hablando con claridad.
I'm speaking
Le
clearly.
dije a Dios,
I said to
Señor,
God,
tengo esto,
God,
esto,
I
¿qué
have
pasa?
this, what's going on?
Y Él me dijo, ¿tú te crees que yo no lo sé?
And He said, do you think that I don't know it, man?
Como quien dice,
Like trying to say,
date tranquilo, es lo que
just be
tienes que
calm
hacer.
and do what you have to do.
El que va a perfeccionar la obra.
The one that's going to perfect the works.
Tú sabes que cuando tú te perfeccionas, tú no necesitas a Dios.
Do you know that when you perfect yourself, you don't need God?
Por eso el que ha dejado el alcohol,
That's why that one that has
el
stopped using
cigarrillo,
alcohol,
la
cigarettes,
droga,
drugs,
el bandidaje,
being abandoned
por sí mismo,
on their own,
se le hace difícil
it
creerle a
becomes
Dios.
difficult for them to believe in God.
Es muy bueno, una fuerza de
And
voluntad
it's
y
very
hay que
good. You have
respetarla,
a willpower that we have to respect.
pero se le hace difícil.
But it becomes
Porque esa
difficult.
persona tiene en su pensamiento,
Because that person has
yo
in
lo
their
hice
thoughts,
por mí mismo.
I did it on my
Yo no
own.
necesité a Dios.
I did not need God.
Y ahí es un peligro.
And there it's a
Porque
danger.
no nos damos cuenta.
Because we don't notice.
Entonces, por eso es que a veces Dios deja
And that's
que
why
tú
sometimes
toques fondo
God allows you to touch the
para que
bottom
tengas que la
so that you
obligación.
will have to have the obligation.
Entonces, sí, que ahí empieza uno.
And there you start. You truly start.
¿Y ahora qué
How
hago?
about now? What do I do?
Sencillo.
Simple.
En medio de tu pecado.
In the
Mira a
middle of
alguien y
your
dile,
sin. Look
en
at
medio
somebody
de
and
tu
say,
pecado.
in the middle of your sin.
Me voy a señalar yo para que nadie se sienta mal.
And I'm
En
going to
medio de
point
tu
out my own
pecado.
self. In the middle of your sin.
Moisés tenía dos corrientes de vida.
Moses had two currents of life.
La de Egipto
The one of
y
Egypt
su naturaleza.
and his nature.
Tú también tienes dos corrientes
And
de
you
vida.
also have two
La
currents of life.
pecaminosa
The
y
sinful
ahora
one.
la de Dios.
And now the one of God.
¡Qué batalla!
What a battle.
¿Qué cosa que Dios le da con escogerte para usarte cuando menos tú crees que tú sirves?
What a thing that God chooses to use you when you least think that you are useful.
¿Por qué será?
And why is
¿Por
it
qué será que Dios le da y
Why
se
is it
empeña en
that
escogerte
God is eager in choosing you
para algo
for
que
something
tú no tienes las
that
capacidades?
you don't have the capacity for?
¿Qué cosa que Moisés, ya mismo voy a ir, espérate,
What
no
a
me voy a
thing that
dejar.
Moses, well, you know what? I'm going to go pretty soon there.
Conoces la calle
You know the
y
streets,
vienes al evangelio.
but you come to the gospel.
Por eso es que un muchacho cuando crece en el evangelio y no ha experimentado mundo se
That's
queda
why
tranquilo.
a young one, when they grow up in the gospel and never have experienced the worldly things, they stay
Pero
calm.
muchos de ustedes
But
como
many
yo,
of you, the same way as me,
uy, ¿de dónde venimos?
where do we come from?
A veces le decíamos al diablo, montate ahí, vamos por ahí para abajo.
You know,
olvídate de
sometimes
eso.
we would say to the devil, get in
Aparezca lo que
there.
aparezca.
Let's go down there.
Que pase lo que pase.
Let whatever's going to appear, appear, or whatever's going to happen, happen.
Vamos a todas.
We're going to do it all.
No venga a hacerse el santo ahora.
Don't come and act like you were a saint now.
Nos montábamos ahí y le decíamos, y no tiene unos angelitos de esos caídos ahí.
You know,
pa.
we would put him in our car and say, you don't have, one of those fallen angels so that we can.
Lo que pasa es que venimos al evangelio
What happens is that we come to the gospel
y queremos aparentar una
And we
vida
wanna appear
de
a life
monjas y de monjas.
of monks and
Cuando
nuns
no lo éramos.
when we were not.
Tampoco es que tú vas a hablar todo lo que hiciste, pero
And it's not that you're going to talk about everything that you did,
es Dios quien te escogió.
but it's God the one that
Mira lo
chose
que Dios
you.
hizo al principio del servicio.
Look what God did today in the beginning of the service.
Es lo que a mí me gusta.
It's what I
Yo
like.
quiero que mi mensaje
I want my message
te cree
to
conciencia
create conscience
y su
within you,
presencia
and His presence
te cambie.
will change you.
Ah. Mira,
Look,
no importa lo que esté pasando.
it doesn't matter what is happening.
Moisés no se desenfocó.
Moses did not become unfocused.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Entonces, la vida de Moisés estaba difícil.
And Moses' life was
Mira
difficult.
lo que dice el verso 2.
Look what it
Capítulo 2, verso 14.
In chapter 2, verse 14.
Es que hay gente así.
But there's people like
¿Y
this.
quién te nombró a ti gobernante y juez sobre nosotros? Respondió aquel. ¿Acaso piensas matarme a mí como mataste al egipcio? Esto es lo que causó temor a Moisés, pues pensó, ya se supo lo que hice. 2, verso 14.
Exodus 2, verse 14.
Chapter 2, verse 14.
Exodus 2, verse 14. The man said, "Who made you ruler over and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptians?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "What I did must have become known."
Vino a traer paz entre unos hombres, pero tuvo que, ¿verdad?, usar la poco violencia.
He came to bring peace amongst men, but he had to use a little bit of
Ese era el
violence.
problema antes. Antes tú recibías a nombre del Señor
That was
o
the
espada.
problem back
¿Cuál de los dos?
in the day, that, you know, sometimes you would come to receive of the word of the Lord, but
¿Quién-
you could also receive
quién eres
a
tú?
Which one of the two?
Le
Who
dijo
are
aquel
you?
hombre, ¿quién eres tú?
He said, "Who
Me
are
vas a
you?
matar igual que el egipcio.
Are you going to kill me like you did with the Egyptian?"
Lo que Dios hace con un hombre que lo va a poner al frente,
What God does with a man that he is going to put in front,
tiene que haber conocido ambos.
he must have known both.
Tiene que, lo que parece a veces,
What it seems like sometimes,
conoció a Egipto
knowing Egypt
en la crueldad
is
porque
the coolest,
asesinó a un egipcio.
because he murdered an Egyptian.
Pero ¿y qué sucede con aquel de Israel?
But what happens with that one of Israel?
Está esclavo,
He is a slave,
viendo que lo quiere ayudar,
seeing that he wants to help
y
him.
le dice,
And he
¿quién
says to
eres
him,
tú?
"Who are you?"
Hay veces que Dios va a sacar a la luz quién tú fuiste para que vivas tranquilo.
There's times that God is going to bring to the light who you were so that you can live calmly.
A veces Dios nos confronta
Sometimes God
y la gente
confronts
se
us,
entera de algo
and the people find out about
y
something.
vivimos con miedo.
And we live
Pero
with
cuando
fear.
todo el mundo sabe quién tú
But
eres,
when everybody knows who
tú
you
vives
were,
tranquilo,
you
tú
live
vives
calmly,
en paz.
you
Tú dices,
live
pues
in
lo
peace.
hice, ¿qué tú quieres
And you
que
say,
haga?
"Well, I did it. What do you want
Ya
me
lo
to do?
hice.
I already did it."
Tienes dos opciones.
You have two options.
Me aceptas, me respetas
You
o
accept
vete.
me or respect me
God.
or leave.
Mira a alguien y dile, acéptame, respétame o vete.
You know, say to somebody, accept me, respect me, or leave.
Eso no, el hombre dijo, ahora sí que me comprendieron, ahora sí que me agarraron.
The man said, now they know it. Now they caught me.
¿Me vas a asesinar igual que aquel?
Are you going to murder me just like you did with that one?
Hay algo, mira.
Look, there's
Antes
something.
de Dios darte una experiencia permanente,
Before God gives you a permanent
tú
experience,
tienes que pasar un sufrimiento.
you need to go through a suffering.
La experiencia más grande de Jesús
The biggest experience of Jesus
no fueron los milagros,
were not the miracles.
fue morir en la cruz.
It was dying on the cross.
Los milagros para Jesús eran como,
The miracles for Jesus was like,
salte,
get out,
levántate,
get up,
ve,
see,
escucha.
listen.
Somos legiones, salga
We're legions. Well, get out.
sin muchas
Without too much of sa-da-da-da-da. No,
Vamos,
get out. Come
afuera.
on, get out, out.
¿Cómo es posible?
How is it possible?
Mira qué cosa.
Look
Los
what they-
40 días de ayuno no fueron para hacer milagros, sino para fortalecerse.
The 40 days of fasting was not to create miracles, if not to be strengthened.
Tú no ayunas para sanar enfermos.
You don't fast so that you could heal the sick.
Tú ayunas para estar fuerte.
You fast so that you could be strong.
Tú oras para tener una relación.
You pray to have a relationship.
¿Sabe? Fue una visión muy permanente. Fue una experiencia permanente.
You know, it was a vision that was very permanent, an experience that was very permanent.
¿Qué dice? ¿Que la salsa qué?
What does it say? That the bush
Ahora,
what?
¿cómo es que Dios se le revela a un hombre?
How is it that God reveals himself to a man?
Lo llama
He calls him
cuando él había asesinado.
when he had murdered somebody.
Es que el problema es que la gente quiere que te llamen
The problem is that the people want you to be called
cuando ya tú tienes alas en la espalda.
when you already have wings on your back.
No.
No, no, no.
Seguiré siendo
I
criticado,
will
lo
continue to be
seguiré
criticized.
viviendo
I
y
will
así lo
continue
voy a
to live
hacer.
it. And this is how I'm going to
Yo
do
no
it.
dependo de la
I do
opinión
not
de la
depend
gente.
on the
Yo
opinion of the
dependo
people.
del poder
I
de Dios.
depend on the power of God.
Tú dependes del poder de Dios.
You depend
Tú
on the power
dependes
of
de
God.
lo que Dios está
You
haciendo
depend on
contigo.
what God is
Tú
doing with you.
dependes de la
You
relación que tú
depend
tienes
on
con
the
Dios.
relationship that you have with God.
Estaba trabajando allí para el suegro.
He was working there for his
Parece que
father-in-law.
tenían buena relación.
It seems like they had a good relationship.
Y porque hay gente que el suegro te va a decir, mira las ovejas y las ovejas.
Because there's people that the father-in-law is going to say, look, the sheep, and you're going to be like, the sheep?
Manda a tu Mike que las lleve para allá
Send your
abajo.
mother to go and take them down there.
Hay buenas relaciones, pero hay relaciones que no están buenas.
There's good relationships, but there's bad relationships
Aprende
also.
esto, iglesia.
Learn this.
Tu
church.
relación mayor es con Dios y tu
Your
familia.
greatest relationship is with God and your family.
Ah, y déjame decirte, familia
Oh,
no
let
es
me tell you,
sangre.
family is not blood.
Mira, hay gente que te ha sido más leal
Look, there's people that have been more loyal
que los propios hermanos tuyos.
than your own brothers.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
La Biblia enseña eso.
The Bible teaches it.
El problema es que no, sangre pesa más.
No, the problem is that we say, oh no,
Pesa
blood is
más.
heavier, it's thicker.
Hay familias
There's
y
families,
familiares
family members
que donde tú tienes los pies quieren
that
ver tu
where
cabeza.
you have your feet, they want to see
Te
your head.
tienen celo, te
They're
tienen
jealous of you,
envidia,
they're envious
se
of you,
molestan con tu
get
progreso,
upset with your
se
progress,
molestan con tu libertad,
they get upset with your
se
freedom,
molestan porque te va bien.
they get upset because it's going well for you.
Eso no es amor.
That's not love.
Eso no es amor.
That's not love.
Esa zarza ardiendo
That burning bush,
representaba, todos lo saben,
it represented, and
al
everybody
pueblo de
knows
Israel,
it, the people of Israel,
que no se consumía.
that was not
Ahora,
consumed.
¿cómo es
Now, how
que
is it
Dios se le revela a
that God
Moisés
reveals to Moses
a través de esa zarza?
through that burning bush?
Porque Dios siempre se estaba a revelar con algo que
Because
tú
God
no entiendes humanamente.
is always going to reveal himself with something that you humanly don't understand.
Dios siempre va a hacer algo contigo
God is always going to do something with you
que tu mente humana
that your
dice
human mind is saying
imposible.
it's impossible.
Imposible.
Impossible.
¿Cómo es que no se quema,
How is
no
it
se
that
consume?
it did not burn up, it didn't consume?
Era natural que se consumiera.
It would have been natural for it to be consumed.
Era natural
It was natural
por el calor y por
because
donde
of
estaba
the heat and where he was,
que se quemara.
that it was going to burn
¿Por
up.
qué Dios le gusta llamarte la atención cuando más entretenido tú estás en tu pecado?
Why does God like to call your attention when you're the most entertained in your sin?
Es
You
que
see?
aquí es donde el religioso,
And here's where the religious people,
aquí donde la gente
here's where the people
no comprende.
do not
Tú
comprehend.
quieres meter a Dios
You want to put
en tu
God
receta.
in your
Métete tú en la receta de Dios.
recipe. You should come into the recipe of God.
Tú quieres que Dios haga las cosas como tú entiendes.
You want God to do things as you
No,
understand them.
no es como tú
And
entiendes.
it's not how you
Lo que
understand
tú
it.
entiendes no necesitas a Dios.
What you understand, you don't need God for.
Y sin entender su soberanía,
And without understanding
sin
his
olvidarnos de
sovereignty,
su poder, su
excuse me,
autoridad.
without forgetting his power, his authority.
Yo no necesito a Dios para agarrar un martillo, coger un clavo y clavarlo.
I don't need God to pick up a hammer and get a nail and hammer that nail.
Ahí se te fue el corazón bien grande.
Oh no, your heart became very big there.
No digas eso porque
Don't say that.
si Dios te pica la mano,
Because how about if God just cuts off your hand?
si Dios no te deja levantar el
How
martillo.
about if God doesn't allow you to lift up the hammer?
Esa es la ciencia ficción que tú vives.
That is the science fiction that you
Lo
are
que
living.
quise decir
What I meant to say
es que
is
ya yo sé hacerlo.
that I already know how
Señor,
to do
¿cómo
it.
agarro el martillo?
Lord, how do
¿Lo
I
agarro
grab
con
the
la
hammer?
derecha o con la
Do I
izquierda?
grab it with my right
Si
or
soy
my left?
derecho,
If I'm a right-handed person,
pero tengo que agarrar con la derecha,
well, I have to
agarro
grab
el
it with the right.
clavo
I'll put the nail down
y le meto un martillazo.
and I'll hammer it.
Dios siempre va a hacer algo contigo.
God is always going to do something with
Ni
you.
la aflicción
Not even the
lo
affliction
pudo detener.
was able to stop him.
Los desánimos,
The discouragement,
lo que a ti no te gusta,
What you don't
lo
like,
que te acontece que te decepciona,
what
te
happens to you
desanima.
that makes you
Mira,
have
ya
a
te dije,
deception
cuando
or
las
discourages you.
cosas se ponen duras,
I already told you when things become hard.
los duros se ponen en marcha.
The hard ones are the ones that start marching.
Cuando las cosas se ponen
When
difíciles,
things become difficult,
los bravos la ponen fácil.
the courageous ones
No,
make
mira a
it
alguien y dile,
easy.
yo soy bravo. Dile
Look
a
at
alguien,
somebody
dile.
and say, the courageous ones. I'm courageous. Look at somebody and say it.
No pudo la aflicción.
The affliction wasn't able to.
Entre más lo oprimían, más se
The
multiplicaba.
more they were oppressed, the more they were
Entre
multiplied.
más negativo hablen de ti,
The more
mejor
negative
te
they
va a
talk
ir.
about you, the better it's going to go for you.
Mira a alguien, dile, habla bien mal de mí, por favor.
Look at somebody and say, talk very bad about me,
Habla
please.
mal de mí.
Talk bad about me,
Porque el
please.
que habla mal de ti
Because the one that talks bad about you,
acumula ascuas.
they're accumulating burning
Acumula
coals.
aguas.
Burning coals.
Pero tú acumulas bendición.
But you accumulate blessings.
Cuando la gente dice tú no sirves, Dios dice ahí tengo un candidato.
When people say, oh, he's useless, God says, there I have a candidate.
Cuando la gente dice tu matrimonio no sirve,
When the
ahí
people
Dios
say
dice
your matrimony
ahí tengo
is
los
useless,
próximos pastores.
God says, there I have the next pastors.
Tu familia está corrompida.
Your family is corrupted.
Ahí donde Dios dice las voy a usar a todos para que vean mi nombre.
There's where God says, I'm going to use them all so that they can see my name.
Si alguien está creyendo,
If
dele una
somebody is
alabanza.
believing this, go ahead and give them a praise.
Mío.
My God.
Hay cosas, hay
There's
cosas.
there's things.
Lo oprimían y más se expandía.
They were oppressed and they would expand the more.
¿Sabe?
You know,
Ni la cruz
not even the cross
pudo consumir a Cristo.
was able to consume Christ.
Cristo consumió la cruz.
Christ consumed the cross.
Él dijo consumado.
He said it's consumed.
Toma. Tu pecado no te puede consumir
Your sin cannot consume you
mientras Dios esté contigo.
while God is with you.
Yo no estoy diciendo
I
que
am
te
not
va a ir
saying
bien en el pecado,
that it's going to go well for you in the sin,
pero no te puede acabar.
but it cannot finish you off.
A veces tú dices, pero ¿y cómo es que este llegó ayer
Sometimes you say, how is it that this person came yesterday
y ya está corriendo en el
and
espíritu?
that person is already running in the spirit?
Porque el problema es que con quien él llegó,
Because the problem is that who he
tú
came
lo
with,
tenías y no lo has visto.
you had him, but you have not seen him.
Él llegó arrepentido,
He
arrepentida,
came repented,
contrito, humillado.
with being contrite,
Y tú
humbled.
aquí en la iglesia ensalzado.
But you're here in the church exalting
Por lo
yourself.
menos yo llego.
At least I arrived.
Salte de esa nube.
Come down
No es
from
que
that
llegue, es que lo
cloud.
traigas
It's
contigo.
not for you to come, it's for you to bring him with you.
Ni la aflicción.
Not even the affliction.
Mire, si yo le contara las historias a ustedes de las aflicciones que yo he tenido,
Look, if I were to tell you the stories of the afflictions that I have had,
de las situaciones que yo he pasado,
of the situations that I've been through,
cómo yo he sido tal vez lastimado,
how I've probably been hurt,
usted la pregunta fuese la
your
siguiente:
question would be the
¿y
following.
cómo estás de pie?
And how are you standing?
Yo te lo voy a contestar
Well, I'm going to answer you
porque me ha agarrado de él.
because I have grabbed onto him.
Porque en mi humanidad
Because in my humanity,
yo le hubiera mandado fuego, Dios.
I would have said, send fire, God.
Quémalos a todos y dame otra
Burn
iglesia.
them all and give me another church.
Espérate.
Wait a minute.
Para verte bien, porque yo de lejos veo
So that
bien
I can
de
see you
cerca.
very well. I need my glasses to see up close.
Usted nunca
You
Nunca.
never
ha pensado,
have thought,
si aquel se muere,
you know, if that person dies,
el dolor se acaba.
the pain is going to end.
Usted no,
You haven't.
porque usted tiene un corazón
Because
tan
you have a heart
tierno,
that is so kind,
tan hermoso,
so beautiful,
tan humilde,
so humbled
que tú no conoces
that you don't know
al Dios que yo conozco.
the God that I know.
Te voy a bajar de la nube ahora para
I'm
que
going to bring
te,
you
para que
down
te
from that cloud
confrontes.
now so that you can be confronted.
Pero no te eches para allá porque vamos a seguir igual en la silla allá abajo.
Don't move away because I'm not going to put the chair down there.
Moisés,
Moses,
los mato y te doy un pueblo nuevo.
do I kill them and give you new people?
¿Quién dijo eso?
Who said that?
¿Quién?
Who?
Pero a ti no se te ocurre eso porque tú eres tan
Oh, but
bueno.
that doesn't occur to you because you are so good.
Tú eres tan emocional.
You are
tú,
so
tú-
emotional.
tú cargas querubines.
You carry cherubs.
Hermano, hay realidades que
Look,
cuando
brothers,
tú las
there's
aceptas,
realities that when you accept them,
viene el arrepentimiento.
the repentance comes.
Yo no dije que cayera fuego,
I
no.
didn't say for fire
Pero
to
en
fall,
momentos
no.
dados dije,
But at certain moments I
hombre,
said,
llévatelos por otro lado y tráeme
oh,
otra
take
gente.
them somewhere else and bring me more people.
Pero el problema
But the problem
es que si yo no aprendo con ustedes y
is
ustedes conmigo,
that if I don't learn with you and you don't learn with me,
nunca vamos a aprender.
we're never
Y
going to
seremos
learn.
repetidores de
And
la
we will
misma
be
historia.
people that repeat the same story.
Esa zarza
That bush
es la que cuando tú estás mal te empieza en el oído.
is the one that when you are doing wrong, it starts in your ear.
Yo te amo.
I love you.
Me eres útil.
You are useful to me.
¿Cómo hacen?
How is that?
Tú eres lo mejor que yo he conocido.
You are the best that I have known.
Y empieza tu corazón a rendirse.
And your heart starts surrendering.
Empiezas a llorar a solas.
You start crying alone.
Empiezas a entender que Dios te está llamando.
You start understanding that God is
Empiezas a
calling you.
entender.
You start understanding.
No pelees con tu problema.
Don't fight with your problem.
Hay gente que te ha dicho,
There's people that
tal
have
vez
said to you,
pastores, líderes, no
probably
sé,
pastors, leaders, I don't know,
ese pastor Ricky
that Pastor Ricky,
es un liberal.
he's a liberal person.
¿Y por qué el conservador, su familia no está en orden?
And why the conservative one doesn't have their family in order?
Yo sé que yo era malcriado.
I know that I was disrespectful at moments.
Yo sé que tú te cruzabas.
I know that if you would cross the line, I would.
Si la cruza,
I mean, if you cross the line,
nos vamos a cruzar.
you know, we're going to cross one another.
No, que el Señor, olvídate del
No,
Señor.
that the Lord, forget about the Lord.
Aquí estás cruzando
You know,
y
here
no
you're
es divino.
crossing and it's not divine.
No tengo fuerza todavía
I still
divina.
don't have the divine strength.
Qué bueno que cambié todo
But
eso.
how good that I changed all of that.
Pero el problema
But the problem
es que yo nunca te he enseñado
is that I have never taught
un
you
evangelio
a gospel
superficial.
that is a
Te
superficial
he
one.
enseñado un evangelio de poder,
I have taught you a
de
gospel of
autoridad,
power, of
de
authority,
cambio,
of
de
change,
unción
of
y
anointing,
que se puede.
and that you
Y
can
que
do
Dios
it.
está buscando gente
And that
con
God is seeking
debilidades.
for people
Mira el que
with
está a tu lado y dice,
weaknesses.
yo tengo unas cuantas.
Look at the one that's next to you and say, I have a few of them.
¿Quién te llamó a ti?
Who called you?
Le dijeron a Moisés.
They said to Moses.
El mismo que llamó a Moisés te está llamando a ti.
The same one that called Moses is calling you.
Gamaliel en una ocasión tuvo que recurrir al pueblo.
Gamaliel, at a certain occasion, he had to recur to the people.
Fíjate de eso.
He said, forget about that.
Si son de Dios,
If they are of God,
van a permanecer.
they're going to remain.
Si no lo son,
And if they are not,
ahora,
now,
déjeme decirle algo.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Decirle algo.
Let me tell you something.
Vamos a poner a los hombres para no
And let's put this for the men so that I don't
dañar a la mujer.
damage the women.
A los hombres. Vamos
men,
a ponernos
the men.
nosotros hoy.
Let's put ourselves, the men today.
Estás en la playa.
You're in the beach.
El hombre.
This is the man,
Con su corto.
you know, with his shorts,
¿Ah? El mandril.
you know, and he has the belly,
¿Ah?
huh?
Con mucho estilo. Tú
You
cogiendo
know,
mucho sol.
with a lot of style. You're
Ahí estás con la
sunbathing.
doña.
You have your wife there with you,
Ah, tú lucido.
and you're showing off.
Y por allí ve que viene Brad Pitt,
And
The
there you see
Rock.
that Brad Pitt is coming, The Rock.
Tú rápido dices,
You quickly say,
a diablo.
oh, devil.
Mi amor, ven acá.
Honey, come here.
Vamos a comprar algo.
Let's go and buy something.
No es que ella vaya a mirar.
And it's not that she's not going to look,
Pero si tú mismo como hombre dijiste
but
que
if you
es tan
yourself,
duro.
as a man, you said, they look hard.
Entonces los ojos de ella van a ver.
Her eyes are going to see.
Ella te lo va a decir con mucho amor y respeto.
She's going to say with a lot of respect and
Mi amor,
love,
mira The Rock.
look at The Rock, honey.
¿Para qué tú quieres ver a The Rock? Vamos.
What do you want to see The Rock for? Tell me.
¿Ah? Mira, mi amor.
Look, honey,
Estamos en la playa, mira.
we're in the beach.
Mira
Look,
Brad Pitt y The Rock.
look at Brad Pitt and The Rock.
Mira el actor de
Look at the actor of
Black Magic, algo así.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Mira, mi amor,
Look, honey,
el tipo tenía como 14 abdominales.
the guy had like 14 abs.
Yo no vi la película,
I didn't see the movie,
pero sí vi los previews.
but I did see the previews.
Oh, ma.
Come on.
¿A quién no se anima con un cuerpo así ponerse un
Who
cuerpo en la
doesn't
playa?
get encouraged? Who doesn't get discouraged, you know, to put some shorts on to
Yo
be
me
in
lo
the beach
pondría y
with bodies like
caminaría así
that?
todo el tiempo.
I would put it on
Y
and
cada
I would
vez
walk like
que la
this.
gente vea.
You know, and every time I would let the people see.
Hay un problema.
There's a problem.
Hay fuerzas
There's strength
que se están comiendo lo que ya está corrompido,
that are eating what is already corrupted,
lo que está carcomido,
what is already eaten up.
pero no van a poderse comer lo que Dios te ha dado.
But they're not going to be able to eat what God has given
Lo
you.
que Dios te dio
What
el
God
día
gave
que
you,
tú
the
decidas.
day that you decide.
Óyeme bien lo que te
Listen
estoy
well
diciendo.
to what I'm saying.
Puedes haber andado 15 años apartado,
You could have walked around
20 años,
years
5
separated from
años,
you.
1
20
año,
years, 1
lo
year,
que
5
Él
years.
te dio
What he gave you
se va a cumplir
is going to be fulfilled.
el día que tú decidas.
The day that you
El
decide.
día que tú digas,
The day that you say,
esta salsa no me ha
this
consumido,
bush has not consumed
es
me.
porque estoy puro.
And it's because I'm pure.
El problema
The problem
que tienes que entender
that you need to
es
understand
que Dios te posiciona
is that God positions
en
you
tu pecado,
in your sin,
pero Él te ve puro.
but he sees you pure.
Déjame explicártelo.
Let me explain
Estoy
it.
cansado de explicarlo.
Because I'm tired of explaining it.
El que comenzó,
The one that began,
vamos por pausa,
let's
por
go
pedazos.
by pieces here.
¿La qué?
The one that began the what?
La buena,
The
primero.
good. That's the
Buena.
first one. Good.
Quien te ve mal eres tú.
The one that sees themselves bad is you.
El que comenzó
The one that began
la buena obra en
the good work in you.
la va a
He
perfeccionar
will perfect it
en tu pecado.
in your sin.
¿Sabes por qué mucha gente no se levanta?
Do you know why a lot of people don't get up?
Porque quieren primero cambiar
Because they first want to change
sin Él.
without him.
Hermanos, sin Él no vamos a cambiar.
Well, brothers, without him, we're not
No
going to
va
be
a
able to
cambiar.
change. We're not
Son
going
los,
to change.
son los golpes de la santidad.
It's the blows that we
Los que te
receive
confrontan.
of the holiness, the ones that
Lo
confront
hice
you.
mal.
I did it
Voy a
wrong.
cambiar.
I'm going to change.
Aquel se tardó 1 año,
This
este
person
2,
took a
este
year,
5,
this one
este
2,
10,
this
este
one 5,
15.
this one 10, this one 15.
Pero el día que tú te propongas,
But the day that
Y
you
los que
propose
están
it to
allá que se
yourself,
propongan,
and those that are over there that propose
el
it,
día,
the day,
la cosa cambia.
things will change.
Lo que pasa es que entre más te tarde, pues más sufres.
What happens is that the longer you take, the more you're going to suffer.
Porque nos estamos poniendo viejos.
Because
Muchos de
we are
nosotros nos
becoming
estamos
old.
poniendo
Many of
viejos.
us are becoming old.
Hay veces que Dios te está enseñando
There's times that God is showing you
con la salsa prendida.
with the burning bush.
Le dijo a Moisés,
He said to Moses,
la mano como una lepra.
the hand had leprosy.
Le dijo Moisés,
He said, Moses,
aún en tu contaminación,
even in your contamination,
vuelve y mete tu mano.
put your hand back in your cloak.
Así yo veo tu corazón.
That's how I see your heart.
Hay veces
There's
que
times
tu contaminación
that your
la
contamination,
sabes tú,
you know it,
pero Dios te la quiere cambiar.
but God wants to change
Lo que
it.
pasa es que seguimos acusándonos.
What happens is that we continue to accuse
Si quien
ourselves.
te ha justificado,
The one that has justified you.
¿quién te va a acusar?
Who is going to accuse you
Si Él fue el que te perdonó.
if he was the one that forgave
¿Quién
you?
dio la vida en la cruz? ¿Tú
Who
o yo?
gave the life on the cross? You or
Tú o
me?
yo.
You or me?
¿Tú o yo?
You or me?
Fue Él.
It was him.
Entonces Él es el que está empeñado
So he is the one that's eager
en agarrarnos a todos,
in grabbing all of us
usarnos,
and using us.
marcar tu vida,
And
marcar la
mark
de
your
tu
life.
familia
Mark the life of your
y
family.
marcar todo.
And mark it
Entonces,
all.
¿qué es lo que vamos a hacer?
So what is it that we're going to do?
Todo lo que está puro, todo,
Everything that is pure, everything
está destinado a triunfar.
is destined
Lo
to be
que no
triumphant. What is
Va a
not
perecer.
is going to perish.
¿Quieres que te diga
Do you
algo?
want me to tell you something?
Tarde o temprano,
Sooner or later,
tú te vas a cansar de tu
you're
pecado.
going to get tired of your sin.
Tarde o temprano.
Sooner or later,
Porque te cansas.
because you get
El Espíritu
tired.
sigue ahí.
The Spirit continues to be there, there, there,
Ahí.
there,
Sacándote de ese lugar.
taking you out of that place.
Entonces, ¿por qué tú dices,
So why do you say,
quiero ir a la iglesia,
I want to go to church,
pero yo sé que no he cambiado?
but I know that I have not changed?
Pero ¿cómo es que quieres venir si no has cambiado?
But how is it that you want to come, but you have not changed?
Porque cuando tú no quieres ir,
Because
fíjate
when you
serio,
don't want to go,
y hay un poquito de presión,
and make a little
Tú
bit
no
of pressure
quieres
here.
ir.
You don't want to go,
pero el Espíritu te empieza a
but the
empujar.
Spirit starts pushing you.
Dale, si yo sé que tú
Go.
no has cambiado.
I know that you have changed.
Yo sé que a ti te falta.
I know that you still a little bit
Es que
more
hoy,
to
hoy
go.
tengo una palabra que te va a cambiar.
It's that I have a word that's going to change you.
¿Para qué voy para allá? A ser un hipócrita.
What am I going to go there for? To be a hypocrite?
Hermano, usted no es un hipócrita mientras lo sepa.
Brothers, you're not a hypocrite as long as you don't know it.
Usted sabe que no quiere ir porque estás mal.
You know that you don't want to go because you are doing bad.
Y Él te quiere traer porque estás mal.
He wants to bring you because you are doing
Entonces,
bad.
empieza el fuego a arder.
So the fire starts burning.
Empieza el Espíritu Santo
And
a
the Holy
trabajar
Spirit
contigo.
starts working with you.
Y tú dices, tengo una visión
And you say,
permanente.
I have a permanent vision.
¿Cuál es?
Which one
Que
is
desde
it?
que aquel día que le dije que lo
That
aceptaba,
from the day that I said that I was going to accept him,
no me ha soltado.
He has not let
Se me
go
mete
of
en
me.
la barra,
He gets
se me
into the
mete en
bar
el
with
club,
me.
se
He
me
gets
mete
into
en la
the club with me.
discoteca,
He gets
se
into the
mete donde
nightclub
no
with
debo
me.
estar,
He gets in
se
with
mete
me
donde
where
quiera
I should not
y me
be.
empieza a
He
hablar.
goes
Prende
everywhere.
un
He
cigarrillo
starts
y él me habla.
I light up
Como
a
una
cigarette,
cerveza
he
y él me habla.
I pick up a
Como lo
beer,
que
he
no es
talks
mío
to
y
me.
él me habla. Tomo lo que es mío y él me habla.
everything that is mine and he talks to me.
¿Por qué?
Why?
Porque él dijo,
Because he said,
aunque tú seas infiel,
even if you're unfaithful,
yo voy a ser fiel.
I will be faithful.
Y como tú no me amaste a mí, te amé yo a ti
And
primero.
because I didn't love you, you didn't love me first, I loved you
El
first.
del negocio soy yo.
The one of this
Así que yo voy a
negotiation
pelear
is me.
contigo,
So
te
I'm
vas
gonna
y
fight
yo
with
te
you.
sigo.
You're gonna leave and I'm gonna follow
Te
you.
detienes y yo me detengo.
You stop and I'm gonna
Te vas
stop.
para la
You
barra
go to the bar
a hacer lo que no debes.
to do what you should not be
Allí
doing.
se sienta
And there he sits
y
down
te empieza a hablar.
and he starts speaking to you.
Te fuiste para la discoteca
You went to go to the club.
y allí en uno de los reggaetón tú como oíste la voz
And
de
there,
Dios.
in one of the reggae songs, you like heard the voice of God.
Se te pega un dolor que te tienes que ir.
You get a pain that you have to leave.
Llegas a tu casa y se te quitó.
And you arrive home and the pain went away.
Y tú dices, ¿y cómo es esto?
And you say, but how is this?
Sencillo.
Simple.
Porque Dios no te ha querido matar.
Because God has not wanted to kill you.
No llegues al altar que te mata. No te mató en la discoteca y te va a matar aquí.
Don't go to the altar because he'll kill you. He didn't kill you in the nightclub. You think he's going to kill you here?
Te voy a dejar con esto,
I'm going to
iglesia.
leave you with this church.
Tienes que aprender
You have to learn
que quien te escogió fue Dios.
that the one that chose you was God.
Cuando te hablen de muchas, sí, hay que vivir en santidad.
You do have to live
¿Cuántos
in
están de
holiness.
acuerdo?
How many of you
¿Sabes?
agree
Hay que
with
hacer
me?
las cosas bien.
You have to do things
Pero
correctly.
el que te diga a ti,
But whoever says to you,
mientras tú estés así no vas a cambiar.
while you're like that, you're not going to
Ten
change.
cuidado
Be careful.
porque quien te va a cambiar es Dios.
Because then the one that's going to change you is
Quien
God.
te da la fuerza es Él.
The one that gives you the
Claro, tú
strength is
tienes que
Him.
atender la palabra.
Of course, you
Tienes
have
que
to pay
escuchar
attention to the
el
word.
consejo.
You have to hear the advice.
No importa lo que tú estás haciendo.
It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Te lo voy a enseñar de esta
I'm going
manera.
to teach you this way.
A lo mejor tú te acusas, Víctor.
You probably accuse yourself, Victor.
Pero ¿y qué tal una Sheila?
But what about a Chayla?
¿Qué tal un Jonathan?
What about a Jonathan?
Entonces,
So well
si
then.
Dios no quisiera cambiarte, ¿por qué te usa para que otros cambien?
If God didn't want to change you, why did He use you to change others?
Usa tu pensamiento.
Use your thoughts.
Quien tiene el poder es Él.
The one that has the power is Him.
Y quien va a cambiar tu vida es
And who's
Él.
going to change your life
Y
is
quien
Him.
va a transformar todo lo que está a tu alrededor
Who's
es
going to
Él.
transform everything that surrounds you is Him.
Mira, es más victoria
Look, it's
hablar
more
de
of
tus
a victory
sacrificios,
to speak about your
de tus
sacrifice,
sufrimientos.
about your suffering.
Eda, tú tal vez no te estás dando cuenta
Eda, probably you're not
en medio de
noticing
tu imperfección.
in the middle of your imperfection.
Pero ¿qué tal las mujeres de reino que han cambiado?
But what about the women of kingdom that have changed?
Claro que felicito a las que se apuntaron.
And of course, I congratulate those that signed up again.
Las mujeres
The
sabias.
wise women.
A lo mejor tú dices, a mí me falta.
And you're probably saying, I'm
Pero
still
lo que te falta lo está haciendo otro.
lacking, but that you are lacking, others are doing it.
Ay. ¿Sabes? Tienes que entender.
You have to understand.
Carlos, en medio de tus frustraciones,
Carlos, in the middle of your
en medio de
frustrations,
tus problemas,
in the middle of your
¿cuántos
problems,
jóvenes hay de pies por causa
how
tuya?
many of the youth are standing because of
Entonces,
your
¿por qué te
cause?
quieres rendir en tus
So
problemas?
why do you want to surrender in your
Tus problemas
problems?
son la fuerza
The problems are the
para
strength
que Dios se
So that
glorifique.
God can glorify.
Diga el débil,
The weak should say, I am
porque en tu
strong.
debilidad
Because in your
Él
He
se glorifica.
glorifies.
Dios no se glorifica en tu fuerza.
God doesn't
Dios no
glorify
se
in your
glorifica en
strength.
tus
God
virtudes.
doesn't glorify in your
Dios se
virtues.
glorifica cuando tú no puedes.
God glorifies when you cannot do it.
César, Dani,
César, Danny,
tienen de pie a un Francisco.
they have a Francisco standing.
Entonces, quiere decir que
So
esos
well then it
sábados, esos
means
viernes
that those Fridays, those Saturdays,
no han sido en vano.
it has not been in vain.
Porque tu debilidad está fortaleciendo a otro.
Because your weakness is strengthening
Mi persona.
my
No te
person.
necesito ahora. No quiero trabajar
I don't
contigo,
need
ni
you now. I don't
contigo,
want to
ni
work with you.
contigo.
I don't want to
Quiero
work with
trabajar
you or
con
you.
Luis, con Brenda
I
y
want
su
to
familia.
work with Luis, Brenda, and their family.
Ustedes están bien. ¿Para
You
qué
are
me
doing
necesitan
good.
a mí?
What do you need me
Déjenme trabajar
Let
con el
me
que
work
necesita.
with those
Mientras tú
that
estás
need.
bien,
While you're
ayuda a
doing
otro.
good, help others.
¿Sí me entendió lo que le quise
Did
decir
you
o no?
understand what I meant to say? Yes or no?
A veces gente quiere reuniones conmigo para
Sometimes
decirme 4 tonterías que las
People
pueden
want
resolver
meetings
ellos.
with me to just say 4 silly things that they can solve themselves.
No es que no nos reunamos,
And it's not that we're not going to meet,
pero come on.
but come on.
En 7 años yo me reuní, yo creo que una vez.
In 7 years, I think that I met with my pastor like once.
Y estoy diciendo para no serme perfecto.
And I'm saying it because I don't want to act like I'm perfect. No.
Yo conocí a Dios.
I knew
Yo sé
God.
quién es Él. Yo sé
I
de lo
know
que Él
who
es
He is.
capaz.
I know
Yo
what He
sé,
is capable
lo
of.
que yo tengo es que accionar.
All I have to do is put into action.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Tú tienes que hacer lo mismo.
And you have to do the same.
Cuando esa zarza arde hay luz.
When that bush is burning, there's light.
Es una visión que te da
It's
poder.
a vision that gives you power.
Es donde tú dices aquí ahora.
It's where you say now, here it's going to end.
Aquí se acabó.
Here it's going to end.
Teddy, cosas que la gente tú haces que no entiende.
You know, Teddy, there's things
Porque a
that
lo
you
mejor
do
ni
that the
tu
people don't
propia esposa
understand.
ni tu propia familia
Because probably
entiende.
not even your own wife or your own family
Pero
understands.
esas loqueras han llevado a otro a
But
atreverse a
that
hacer lo que
craziness
era.
has taken others to dare to do crazy things.
Tu debilidad
Your weakness
alumbra la vida de otro.
will enlighten other people's life.
¿Por qué usted cree que yo nunca he querido ser una apariencia?
Why do you think that I've never wanted to be an appearance?
Hermano,
Brothers,
no se acerque mucho a este lugar.
I don't want you to approach this place too much.
Sí, lo respetamos.
And yes, we respect
Hay un
it.
orden,
There's an order.
pero no se acerque mucho.
Don't approach too much.
Su chequina está aquí.
His
Allá que se lo lleve el
Shekinah is
diablo.
over here. Those over there, the devil can take you.
Su gloria está aquí.
His glory is here.
Su presencia.
His presence.
Y usted con problemas sintiendo al
And
del
you're
lado.
with problems and you're feeling the one that's next to you.
No, el pueblo
No, the people.
que sienta también.
Let them feel too.
La Biblia dice el que viene
The Bible says those that
con
come
un corazón humillado,
with a heart that is
un
humble,
corazón
a
contristado,
heart that is contrite,
Él no lo va a
He will
despreciar.
not despise.
Significa
So it means
que cuando tú salgas hoy por ahí,
that when you leave here today,
dile yo tengo poder.
say, I have power.
Yo soy escogido por Él.
I am chosen by Him.
No importa tu estado social.
Your social state does not matter.
Él es el que te va a dar un estado poderoso.
He's the one that's going to give you a
Él
powerful
es
state.
quien te va a glorificar.
He's the one that's going to glorify you.
Ese Dios que yo tengo
That God that I have
es el que te quiere bendecir a ti
is
también.
the one that also wants to bless you.
No es a mí en
It's not
especial.
only specially to me.
Es el precio que tú pagas.
It's whatever price you
Tú lo
pay.
pagas y vas a salir allá afuera.
You pay it and you're going to go out there.
Tú vas a la iglesia.
Do you go to the church?
Tú le vas a decir a la
And
gente.
you're going to say to the people,
Nope.
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 Yo soy la iglesia.
I am the church.
¿Tú cómo que huele a cigarrillo?
You smell like cigarettes.
Y Pablo olía a asesino.
And Paul smelled like a murderer.
Es que tú como que eres muy controversial.
It's like you are too controversial.
Ese tiene las llaves.
That one has the keys.
Que se llama Pedro.
His name is Peter.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
¿Sabe cuál es la situación de nosotros?
Do you know our situation, what it is?
Escúcheme bien.
I want you to listen
Que no
well.
entendemos.
That we don't understand.
Ese tesorero se ve como medio.
That treasure looks like a little.
Sin embargo, vino Dios y le dijo, Judá,
However, God came and said, Judas,
encárgate de la finanza.
I want you to take care of the finances.
¿Por qué no puso a Mateo?
Why didn't he put Matthew?
¿Por qué razón?
Why? For what reason?
Sin embargo, mire esto.
However,
La gente
look
habla,
at this.
que Judas robó. Judas no robó.
The people say, oh, Judas stole. He didn't steal.
Él nunca robó en la finanza.
He never stole in the finances.
El problema es que Judas, el traicionero,
The
las
problem is
monedas.
that they say Judas,
Judas
you know, the
vendió
betrayal,
a
the coins.
Jesús.
Judas sold Jesus.
Él no robó de la
He
finanza
didn't steal
de la
from the
tesorería.
finances of the treasury.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Ah, pastor,
Oh, pastor.
haga lo que usted quiera.
Well, you could do whatever you want.
Dios te va a llamar a ti
God is going to call you
en la debilidad tuya
in your weakness
para cambiarla.
so that he could change it.
Si eres un pillo, te pone a bregar con dinero.
If you're a thief, he's going to make you start working with money.
Si eres un flojo, te va a dar luchas
If you're weak, he's going to give you a lot of struggles
para que tú cambies.
so that you may change.
Así que en esta tarde,
So in this afternoon,
sal de aquí
I want you to leave this place
con una mentalidad.
with one mentality.
Si tú lo logras hacer,
If you accomplish to do it,
tú no vas a terminar el año 23 igual.
you're not going to end the year 2023 the
Tú
same.
vas a terminar el año 23
You are going to end the year
en
2023
victoria.
in victory.
Lo vas a terminar en poder.
You're going to end it in power.
Porque no es como llegaste,
Because it's not how you came,
es como vas a terminar.
it's how you're going to finish,
¿Cómo lo vas a hacer?
how you're going to do it.
Mira,
Look,
le tengo una noticia a algunas mujeres.
I got some news for some women.
Ese hombre que te ha hecho llorar tanto,
That man that has made you cry so much
te va a tratar como una reina.
is going to treat you like a queen.
Te va a tratar como nunca antes pensaste que te podían tratar.
He's going to treat you like you've never thought before that you could be treated.
Pastor, ¿por qué tú lo dices?
And Pastor, why do you say it?
Sencillo,
Simple.
porque él se va a cansar
Because he's going to get
y
tired.
va a entender
And he's going to understand
que lo que tú le has aguantado,
that what you have endured,
ninguna se lo va a aguantar.
none other would endure.
Ahora
Now,
tú serás su reina.
you will be his queen.
Ahora tú vivirás mejor que nunca.
Now you will live better than ever before.
Vas a tener muchas cicatrices en
You're
la
going to
mente,
have a lot of scars in your mind.
pero esas son las que van a fortalecer tu casa.
But those are the ones that are going to strengthen your household.
Créame lo que le estoy diciendo.
Believe me what I'm saying.
Créame que Dios le está diciendo en esta hora,
Believe me that God is saying in this hour,
tu vida va a cambiar.
your life is going to change.
Porque la zarza
Because the bush
está encendida.
is lit.
Tú no estás allí viéndola.
You're not seeing it there.
Esa salsa eres tú.
That burning bush is you.
Estás prendido en fuego,
You are
prendida en
lit on
fuego,
fire.
y no te ha consumido el pecado.
And the sin has not been able to
Muchos
consume
de los
you.
que están aquí, que llevan muchos años,
Many of those that have been here for many years
que creyeron,
that believed,
hoy sus hijos
today their children
están marcando la historia.
are marking the history.
Hoy sus matrimonios
Today their matrimonies
están disfrutando.
are enjoying.
¿Por qué?
Why?
Todo tiene su proceso.
Everything has its process.
El mío y el de ella
Mine and hers,
hicieron falta como 10 salsas.
we needed like 10 burning bushes.
Si usted creyó
If you believed
que ha sido todo color de rosita,
that it all has been easy,
que ha sido todo tan fácil,
that everything has been so easy,
agárrate esta para que te vayas en paz.
grab this one so that you may leave in
Si
peace.
aguantaste hasta ahora,
If you endured until now,
escúchame bien.
listen well.
Uy, que no venga otra.
You know, don't let another man or a
Ahora,
woman
ahora coger lo que
to
tú
come now
puliste.
and take what you have polished.
Ahora está fácil.
Now it's easy.
Cogerme a mí ahora.
To take me now,
Muchachos, es un bombón.
you know, I'm a piece of candy now.
Si ya estoy viejo y cansado.
Because I'm old and tired now.
Ahora me hubieras cogido a los 20 años.
But if you would have taken me at 20
A ver si tú ibas a aguantar.
to see if you were going to be able to endure.
Es igual que usted, mujer.
It's the same thing with you
A lo mejor el
women.
marido mira y dice, ahora la voy a dejar.
Probably the husband is looking and saying, now I'm going to leave her.
Pero si ahora es que ella es un bombón.
Now it's that she is a piece of candy.
A los 20 era que había que
At
mirarla.
20, it was when you had to look at her
El demonio este.
and say, this demon.
Ríase, hombre.
Laugh.
Si muchos matrimonios aquí que llevan muchos años te van a decir,
If many matrimonies that have been here together for many years, they're going to tell
y
you,
estás disfrutando.
are you enjoying it?
Empecé a disfrutar después de 20 años.
I started enjoying it after 20 years.
Muchos no te lo van a decir porque
Many are
quieren
not going to say
aparentar.
it because they want to try to appear what is not.
Pero es después de que se aprende.
But it's after you learn.
Así mismo es el evangelio.
And that's exactly how the
Si tú
gospel
me
is.
preguntas que yo vivo mejor el evangelio ahora
If you ask me if I live the gospel better
que
now
cuando me convertí,
than when I first
yo te
converted,
voy a decir si yo lo vivo bien ahora.
I'm going to say yes, I live it well
Ahora
now.
sí.
Now I
Porque
do.
ya te dije,
Because I already said
antes
it.
yo oraba por ti, pero
Before I used to pray for you.
te podía meter con la Biblia también.
But I could have hit you with the Bible also.
Tenías un muchachón
I was a young boy, a young man.
buscando unción.
I was seeking for the
Por
anointing.
allí va a salir aquel.
But there's going to come
Oh no,
that
yo
one.
desde que me
Oh,
convertí
no.
al
From the
pastorado,
moment that I
yo
converted to be a
siempre he
pastor,
sido ahí.
I've always been there.
Enséñame
Well, show me
los resultados.
your results.
Porque los míos están aquí.
Because mine are here.
Los míos son ustedes, como dijo
Mine
Pablo.
are you, like Paul said.
Pablo le dieron, ¿y tu credencial?
They came
Tu
to Paul and
ID.
said, where's your
Dijo,
credentials? Where's your ID?
esta gente,
And he said, well, these people,
aquel picapiedra.
that one that sins a little,
Que míralo, ahora es
look at him
ministro.
now. He's a minister.
Mira aquella que no se sometía,
Look,
mira.
that
ahora-
one that didn't
ahora,
submit.
esos son mis
Well,
credenciales.
they're
Haz
my
lo mismo
credentials.
tú.
You do the same.
Ponte en pie, haz lo mismo tú.
Please stand. You do the same.
Voy a hacer una oración a tu favor.
I'm going to do a prayer in your favor.
Véngase. Porque,
You can come
porque
up.
ustedes, llévese esto, muchachos.
Take this, guys.
Sí que salga así, olvídate. Sí, hay veces que es bueno que se vea así un poquito revolú.
You know, sometimes it's good for it to look a little messy like this.
Yo sé que teníamos unos testimonios hoy, pero
I know that we had some testimonies today,
el
but
Señor cambió la cosa.
the Lord changed things.
Pero sí, no, tú tienes el tuyo, pero acuérdense que yo quiero hacer, porque teníamos 3 hoy, 3
We had 3
testimonios.
today, 3 testimonies,
Pero lo vamos a hacer el domingo. Lo vamos a hacer.
but we're going to do it next Sunday.
No, testimonios poderosos.
Powerful testimonies.
Testimonios poderosos.
Powerful
Yo
testimonies.
quiero que usted vaya a comer, vaya con su
But I
familia.
want you to go and eat, go with your family.
Oye, te lo voy a volver a repetir,
And I'm going to
Luisito.
repeat it again, Luisito.
Hay algo
There's something
poderoso
powerful
que está sucediendo en tu interior.
that is happening inside of you.
No lo dejes ir.
Don't let it go.
Me parece cuando me sucedían cosas a mí que yo decía
It
Dios
seems
ahí,
like
ahí.
when things would happen to me that God was there and there
hasta que me rendí.
until I surrendered to Him.
¿Sabe?
You know,
La presencia está tan fuerte ahora mismo.
the presence is so strong right now.
¿Hay alguna oración?
Do we have any prayer
No,
petitions?
pues vamos a despedirnos allá.
We're gonna dismiss.
Gracias por haber estado ahí.
Thank you for being there.
Los bendigo en el
I
nombre del
bless you in the
Señor.
name of the Lord.
Nos vemos el martes.
And we'll see each other on Tuesday.
Iglesia.
Church.